Alright, well apparently I'm not the only one doing shop projects today. I hear lots of banging and stuff out in the neighbor's yards. So anyway, thought I'd show you the beginnings of flasks here. So these are the flasks to this point, and they still have to be sanded off. I just glued them up earlier today. So we've just got hardware setting in here to show what it's going to look like. So this is the basic design of flasks that I'm going to use. Now these have dovetails cut in them, and that is way overkill for what we're doing here. You know, I've used finger joints on the earlier flasks, if you've paid any attention to them, and the only reason I cut these up with dovetails, and I've shown some clips of this, or will be showing clips of this, if you guys are interested, just finish watching the videos and it'll show kind of the construction process of these to this point. The only reason I did dovetails on them is I have a Lee dovetail jig, and I don't have any dovetail projects coming up on furniture for the next few months anyway. I set it up to do dovetails, and other than changing router bits out in the router to adjust the depth of the dovetail and reset it, because I will use the routers for other things over the next few months, is I can leave that machine set up and dedicated just to building flasks. You know, I've got it set as long as I use this thickness of material and everything. I don't have to make any changes. It's set up where if I do finger joints, I built a finger joint jig to do those, but I have to change over the table saw every time I want to do something else, and it's a pain in the butt to set up. So this way I just leave the Lee dovetail jig set up to cut dovetails, and anytime I've got wood planed and ready to go for whatever size flasks and however many I want to build at one time, all I've got to do is pull the machine down, clamp it to a bench someplace, and go ahead and cut my dovetails. So it's just a matter of speed and efficiency more than anything else. Now these I haven't sanded down or smoothed up, leveled, haven't even cleaned the glue off. The glue's not fully dry. I haven't smoothed out the fuzz that's left on the inside of the grooves and everything. But what I did is I just counterbored them to I drilled them for the flask hardware, and then I went ahead and counterboarded them, went back and cut a retaining groove to help hold the sand in place, or 2 grooves in each piece, and then I just glued them together. So and they're drilled on all 4 sides depending on where I want to run that hardware. But I've got enough in this configuration for 3 flasks, although I've got one pattern that I'm building up that needs a second flask half that will actually sit on the bottom of this with a thicker one in between. So I'm going to modify one of these. Actually, I'm going to narrow the flask itself a little bit because I need a certain depth on it the way it's set up to do. And I don't know if I'll run a 3rd set of flask hardware, work my pins in between all 3 of them, or if I'll put another set of hardware on the ends for this third piece to make it versatile. We'll see what's going to work out best, to where I can get the most versatility out of them. But anyway, there's a basic overview of it. I'm just going to run through the rest of the video and show the process up to here. So hopefully you found it at least a little bit entertaining. So I hope you're all staying safe, tucked away, and avoiding any of the bad stuff going on. So any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment section for me below. And as always, thanks for taking the time to watch. here they are. We've got them all pretty well fitted, numbered. They're sets now. All of them got holes drilled and counterbored on the back side for Flask hardware on all four sides of these. I don't know that I'm going to put it on all four, and I'm not on all of them, but on some of them I may put them on all four sides, just depending on the application. I've got 3 of these halves that will be one complete set, so I think I've got enough for 3 complete sets of Flasks here, or 2. Anyway, we're going to put together what we've got. We're going to glue them up next. We'll hit them with some heavy sandpaper just to knock the rest of these burrs off, and then we'll get them glued together. For anybody that may have been interested, and even if you're not, about the sand muller project, this is the big gear that runs on the outside of the gearbox. It's a 50 size 50 chain, 112 or 117 tooth sprocket, and that's the final chain gearing going to the sand muller to turn the plows. So there it is.